afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here to what's our favorite meeting of the year, when we get a chance to honor our local nonprofits at this grantee reception, to honor the grants that we are making in 2016. I'm Marshall Rogers. I'm current chair of the Stanley County Community Foundation. And we're going to, before we get into the grants, I would like to introduce our board members who are serving currently and tell you a little bit about the foundation's history and very briefly and about kind of where we are today. If you're here, just raise your hand when I call your name, but our board members are Larry Balcom, Raj Bradford, Chris Bramlett, who had Alabama not come back Saturday, probably would not be here today. I saw this Mercedes going, all these flags going on down through town Saturday. I couldn't figure out what it was, and then I realized, of course, that
winning is better than losing.
You're talking to a state guy here. Andrew Burleson, Leon Frederick is here. Reverend John Futterer, Bill Grigg, who couldn't be here, David Grigg, Jerry Jordan, and John Louder, Elsa Warner, Judy Pierce is here, Chris Poplin is here, Art Rogers, Wayne Sasser, and Lake Snyder. But we want to thank you for your service this year. And I would be remiss if I didn't remember one of our founding board members and our only emeritus board member, C.B. Crook, who absolutely loved this organization with all his heart. And we certainly will miss him and remember him in every way we can. I'd also like to introduce you to the folks from the Foundations of the Carolinas that are here. Meg Dees, who you will hear from later. Allie Sullivan Brown is in the back. Amy Penwell is in the back. And Kendall Detar is also there. Wonderful staff from Charlotte that keeps us on the straight and narrow. And we could not do this without them, I promise you. I'd like to thank Stanley Community College for recording this event and airing it on SCC TV, Channel 21. They've been a tremendous partner for many years, and we appreciate their support. We also appreciate the Albemarle City Council. We have a member here with us, Chris, and for them allowing us to use both their conference room and this community room. In 1999, the Stanley County Community Foundation was founded and has been committing to inspiring philanthropy and increased charitable giving in our community. A small group of community-minded individuals were the catalyst for our founding. The lead gift from Duke Energy Foundation was in honor of retired CEO Bill Grigg. Bill has been a great supporter of this foundation, and we're pleased to say he continues to serve on our board. Additionally, through the generosity of Uwharrie Bank, another fund was created, a community fund, that added to our grants and gave us an even stronger tradition of what we do in Stanley County. Today, the Stanley County Community Foundation is a philanthropic services organization with 27 affiliated charitable gift funds totaling nearly $8.8 million. Through this summer, nearly $311,000 has been granted into the community through affiliated funds to various nonprofits, churches, colleges. That's remarkable generosity from our fund holders. Last year alone, $1.14 million was granted through affiliated funds to nonprofit agencies in Stanley County. During this annual gathering, we take time to celebrate the grants awarded through our board's grant-making program. And it's very enriching to hear your stories of our local nonprofits. We appreciate your hard work, the work of your volunteers and staff, You're the ones that are making the difference in making this a better place to live. I'd like to introduce a member of our grants committee who is going to make the awards, Miss Elsa Warner. Elsa.
Thank you, Marshall. As Marshall mentioned, I'm Elsa Warner, and I am part of the Stanley County Community Foundation's Grant Committee. It is an honor to be part of this grants process and to learn the important work taking place throughout Stanley County. Our nonprofit agencies are making a difference in our community, and we are grateful for their efforts. Before I introduce our 2016 grantees, I do want to recognize and thank the members of our grants committee. If you're here, if you would raise your hand once again. Andrew Burleson, Leon Friedrich, John Futterer, John Louder, Judy Pierce, Chris Poplin, and Lake Snyder. We appreciate your time and commitment. Since our inception, this board has awarded nearly $380,000 to more than 45 organizations supporting our over 140 projects and programs in Stanley County. This year's grant-making process was difficult, as it is every year. There are so many important programs and deserving organizations that support this community. This year, we awarded $30,500 in grants to 12 outstanding organizations. I would like to introduce each grantee and ask a representative or two from each organization attending to come to the podium and accept your certificate. We hope you will take the opportunity to share some information about your organization and how the grant will be used. To begin with, I would like to thank the Crisis Assistance Fund, who was awarded $1,200 for transportation assistance, and here to accept the certificate is Larry Wilkins and Keith Allen.
There you go.
Thank you very much. The Crisis Assistance Fund is the organization that we're representing, and it exists so that we can identify and assist families that are in crisis in Stanley County. Not just families that are in crisis, but also families that we feel like, or we can get a proof of sustainable income so that once they do receive assistance towards their housing expenses, then they will be able to continue that process of staying in that home. So our primary focus is to remain in the house with the family, and so we identify households that are on the verge of being homeless, and so it's very close to our hearts, and we thank you for the support. Thank you.
GHA Autism Support was awarded $3,900 to expand their creative arts program. Here to accept the certificate are Beth Oliveri and Anna Walker.
On behalf of GHA Autism Supports, we'd like to thank the board of the Stanley County Community Foundation as well as the Grants Committee for the support to expand our creative arts program. GHA was formed over 37 years ago, and at that time we provided residential services for 5 children. Currently, we support over 90 individuals diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and we do this through a number of different residential, vocational, in-home, and community services. Our mission is to really help these individuals with autism reach their fullest potential possible and be as independent as possible, and the Creative Arts Program is a large part of that. And with me here today is Anna Walker, who oversees that program.
Thank you again for this money. As they mentioned, this money is going towards purchase of a new kiln. We have the 2nd Street Sundries restaurant, and there is a gift shop in there. And if you go in there, all the items that are made in there, there's glassware made in there by 2 of our individuals that are employed to make glassware for there, as well as some soaps and other items that they make, which is very important to them to be able to see the start and finish to a project that they've worked on.
And we brought a sample just to kind of show you one of the pieces. This is a deviled egg platter that's made by an individual with autism that we support. So thank you very much.
They have wonderful Christmas gifts. I bought quite a few last year. Girl Scouts Hornets Nest Council was awarded $2,500 to bring their programs to underserved areas. Here to accept the certificate are Catherine Foster and Gail Sims.
Hi. As you mentioned, I'm Catherine Foster from the Girl Scouts, and we'd like to thank the board and the grants committee for giving us these funds. Just to let you know, over the past Girl Scout year, we've been able to support over 250 girls with some form of assistance to be able to participate in Girl Scouting to the fullest extent. Just to give you an idea of what we mean of helping someone out, in order to participate to the fullest extent, that may be that, you know, they don't have the money to register this time around, or they just can't afford their vest this time, or they need a help with a patch. And most recently, one of our staff members was holding a recruitment, and a young girl came up with a jar full of pennies and full of dimes, and she pushed it towards our staff member, and she asked, "Ma'am, is this enough to be a Girl Scout?" And because of your support, we were able to tell her that it was more than enough. So thank you again.
Hello, my name is Gail Sims, and I'd like to add my thanks. I'm sorry, I should have taken that off. But this is a huge priority for our foundation. And so we're very, very glad that we're able to do that work in Stanley County. So on behalf of the entire council and the girls and the volunteers, 19,000 throughout our footprint, thank you. Thank you so much.
Pfeiffer was awarded $500 for their Community Hunger Relief Garden project. Here to accept the certificate is Tracy Espy.
Dr. Espy?
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm here on behalf of our president, Dr. Colleen Keith, and we just want to thank you so much for this great opportunity to continue the work that our Francis Center for Servant Leadership does and work with our students to really think of ways in which we can eradicate hunger, not just in Stanley County, but across North Carolina. So we will definitely put this to great use. If you ever have a chance to be on campus, you can come by and see the garden, and we have a lot of great things going on with that. It's sort of a new initiative that we hope to continually spreading across the community of Stanley County. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ronald McDonald House of Charlotte was awarded $2,500 for its Stanley County Families Funds. Here to accept the certificate is Mona Johnson Gibson.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So imagine, if you will, that you were told that your child, your grandchild, your niece or nephew is having to be airlifted or taken by ambulance to a hospital in another city or in another state or in another country. And so you get there as fast as you can to be with your child, to be with that child, to be with the family. And you get there, and no matter what city or state or country it is, it's very scary because you don't know where you are, you don't know where to go, you don't know where to stay, you don't know where to park, you don't know where to eat, and you don't know where to do your laundry. And then you realize you didn't bring a toothbrush. That's always important to me. And then someone at the hospital where you've arrived tells you about this place called the Ronald McDonald House. And they send you there, and it usually is sort of across the street or very nearby the hospital where you are. And you arrive there, and they begin to take care of all those kind of silly, crazy, funny needs that you're worried about, so that then you can go back to the hospital and just worry about that child that needs your love and your attention. And so that is what the Ronald McDonald House of Charlotte does and has done since we opened the doors in 2008 for Stanley County families. Since 2011, when we opened our doors a little over 5 years ago, we have served 69 families from Stanley County who unfortunately have had to make that drive to that scary town of Charlotte. Since I live in Midland, it is very scary. That is 69 families, but that equates to 285 people. Because you know, when we go, we don't go by ourselves, right? We got to take everybody, and they all come. And that is 1,189 nights that those families have stayed with us. And the average stay has been 17 nights that they have had to stay with us. When the family arrives, they're told you may be here a couple of days, you may be here a couple of weeks, or you may be here a couple of months. And you know, we always think that Albemarle or Charlotte is not that far, but when you have a seriously ill child, an injured child, it's a million miles away to think that you have to drive back and forth every day, every couple of days, and to be there at those certain times. And so we greatly appreciate and say thank you to the Foundation Board for this money to help us support those families that do come that incredible distance to support and love and be with their children and help them through their recovery. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Special Olympics was awarded $3,000 for Stanley County sports expansions. Here to accept the certificate are Kathy Odell and Kelly.
Oh, Kelly? Here. Give this to Kathy.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I can't ever thank you enough for what this means to Special Olympics in Stanley County. We are a volunteer organization and we raise all of our own funds, so any amount of money that you guys can provide certainly helps us do that. This year we've been able to establish a partnership with Piney Point Golf Club, and we've expanded into golf. So some of our athletes are learning the finer points of the game of golf. Someone questioned our mentality when we handed clubs to all these folks, but they've had a great time and no one's been hurt. So I can tell you that we are moving right ahead. I have Kelly Hearn with me here today, and she's been trained as a global messenger. What that means is she can share anything you would ever want to know about Special Olympics with your church or civic organization. She has her own business cards. So please, after the presentations today, if you'd like to have Kelly come speak to your group, please catch up with her. Now, Kelly?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Hearn, and all I have to say is thank you so much. Now we're able to go and play the sports that we all love. Again, thank you for your support in us that you are giving us.
Stanley Regional Medical Center Foundation was awarded $1,000 for the Passport to Summertime program. Here to accept the certificate are Heather, Jane Boone, and Rebecca Askew.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Askew. I just want to thank everyone for the support for our Passport to Summertime program. It's one of our favorite programs at the foundation, and it touches so many people across the county. We love it, love it, love it for that. Last year was the first year of it, and we had about 80 children who had just finished 4th grade hiking the trails at Mar Mountain, but this year we expanded the program to almost 200 students. So we needed more support, and we are so happy that the foundation was able to give that to us so we could hire extra support staff. And I would say probably throughout the summer we had over 250 people on the trails. Students brought siblings, siblings brought friends, parents came, grandparents came, and it was a great experience for so many people. So we're glad that we were able to reach out into the community and touch all of those folks.
Stanley Community Christian Ministry was awarded $4,000 for its food preservation improvement program. Here to accept the certificate are Heather Kilda and Matt Drumheller.
Hello, my name is Heather Kildy. I'm the Interim Director of Stanley Community Christian Ministries. Stanley Community Christian Ministries supports our community in 4 ways. We have a clothing closet which sells reasonably priced clothing and gives clothes to people in need. We have 2 soup kitchens in Norwood and here in Albemarle. They're called our community tables because all are welcome, not just those in need. And we have an assistance center which houses our food pantry. Our food pantry was the recipient of this grant. With this grant, we were able to purchase a Turbo Air glass door refrigerator. You can't even imagine how excited our staff was. Gleaming, shiny new refrigerator. The food pantry at SCCM serves approximately 350 families each month, providing food and toiletry items. We distribute more than 50,000 pounds of food each month to Stanley County residents who find themselves in need. The addition of the glass door refrigerator helps us provide more storage space for this food. We partner with Second Harvest Food Bank to get reclaimed foods from grocery stores that are ready to discard things that are past their best buy dates, and we're able to store those in the refrigerator and distribute them to clients who find themselves in need of food services. Shoppers at the pantry are now able to better view the foods that we have to choose from, making our pantry a little more energy efficient. They're not hanging out with the door open for 5 minutes. So we've got a turbo cool feature, which cools it right down. You just push a button, it cools it right down as soon as shoppers are finished taking out what they need. Last year, SCCM, in partnership with the Cannon Foundation, embarked on a total renovation of our warehouse and food pantry area, and this is just a very instrumental part of that renovation. So we just want to thank the foundation for their support of that program. Thank you.
The Stanley County YMCA was awarded $5,000 for its Open Doors Scholarship Summer Camp program. Here to accept the certificate are George Crooker and Cassie Taylor.
You've got your hands full.
Yes, she does. Thanks, sir.
You want me to pass this around?
That's fine. My name is George Crooker, and I work at the YMCA, and much like Mr. Marshall, I had about 5 Alabama jokes that I was ready to sling today, but I can't use them. Mr. Bramlett, I am just waiting, so your time will come, sir. On behalf of our board of directors, 2 of which are in this room, and our staff at the YMCA, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Ronald McDonald House, I hope no one ever has to use you, but thank God you're here. I want everybody to use us. Basically, the $5,000 that came to us is all for scholarships for summer camp. With your help, we were able to serve 45 different families through 11 and a half weeks, counted every single day of our summer, 11 and a half weeks full of them, to children that wouldn't get to go to camp, wouldn't get to have fun, wouldn't get to play. The look in a parent's eyes when you're able to give them help when they're at their last, they're working 2 jobs just to keep their nose that high over the water, and never thought their kid could come, and they get to, is amazing. It'll bring tears to your eyes. So God bless you. God bless what you do. Cassie's going to tell you a little bit, and I'll hold the board. Cassie's going to tell you a little bit of what our children did this summer.
I just have to, it was actually 54 families, not 45.
54? That's even better, isn't it?
Yeah. I like to say that every child should have the opportunity to experience a summer filled with fun, excitement, and adventure. With your help, the Y was able to provide that experience to 54 youth that would not be able to experience that. Each day, these children had opportunities to go on field trips. They swam. We provided swimming lessons to those that had no opportunity to have, if they came in at beginning swimming lesson level. They got to play with the Panthers staff. They came out and brought the Play 60, and they were able to have a day with, the team didn't come, but the staff came, and the kids were really, really excited about it.
They were mad at Cam.
They learned to garden. We had 2 community gardens, one in Norwood and one here in Albemarle. It was over near the museum, and they learned how to garden, and they actually harvested some vegetables from their gardens. They did Zumba in the gym, loyally. They did Zumba in the gym. They made new friends. They participated in our character development program as well as our literacy program, and they did so much more. So through the summer camp program, we as the Y strive to teach our youth, both campers and counselors, because we have counselors that come to us that are high school age counselors, how to live and learn together as a community. This year we were very lucky to get an adventure grant from the United Way of Stanley County, as well as the town of Norwood, in order to start a half-day program in Norwood. So your money helped us also provide some scholarships to those children who were able to participate in that half-day program as well. They also got to have a garden, and they had a lot of other activities that went on in Norwood, and they came to the Y once a week so that they could swim and do Zumba and all the other fun stuff that we did here at the Y. So we thank you for being a loyal supporter of the YMCA and partnering with us to make Stanley County a better place for all. Thanks. Oh, and that's for you to keep. You get to keep that now.
It's from Meg's office.
Stanley County Partnership for Children was awarded $2,500 for its Dolly Parton Imagination Library Program. Here to accept the certificate are Tammy Albertson, Linda Solomon, and Dennis Joyner.
First, the staff and the Board of Directors with Stanley County Partnership for Children would like to thank the Community Foundation for their generosity. This program is near and dear to our heart. We started the program in February of 2014. Currently, we serve 665 children. We've given out in the last year 7,313 books. So our books are going far and wide within Stanley County. And I have all kinds of statistics and data, but I decided while I was sitting there that you would rather hear from the people that are receiving the books. So this is some comments that our participants shared on a survey that we sent out. So one says, "I'm so grateful for this program. I don't have a lot of extra money. Being a single mom, the books are just wonderful. My son and I both get excited when we see it in the mail. Such a great program. I could not afford books. What we already had was old hand-me-down books, not on reading level for my girls. I'm in love with this program. My child gets so excited to receive a new book in the mail. We love reading together, looking at pictures and talking about the book we just read. Her book collection is quite impressive now. I cannot thank you enough for the amazing gifts that you are giving my children. With all my heart, I thank you." She's only 2, but she knows she gets a book in the mail monthly. She thinks it's magical how a book lady leaves them. Love the program. My child loves books even more now. Very grateful for the books. So thank you from the children and families that are receiving books in Stanley County also. So this program, if you don't know, Dolly Parton Imagination Library started years ago in her hometown in Tennessee. We have the program here in Stanley County. Families, there's no income basis. All families are welcome to join as long as they have a child between the ages of birth and 5. Once the child turns 5 years old, that's the last month on their 5th birthday. The first book is The Little Engine That Could, and the last book is Kindergarten, Here I Come. So, and in between, the books are developmentally appropriate for the age of the child. They're mailed to their home every month directly from the Dolly Parton Distribution Center out of Tennessee. So what we do here is we, parents fill out an application. Linda's our data entry person. She puts it into the database, and within 2 months, the magical book lady leaves a book in their mailbox. So, again, we appreciate your support and all that you do to help families in Stanley County. Thank you.
And last but not least, the Stanley County Senior Services was awarded $1,900 to purchase picnic tables for planned outdoor area. Here to accept a certificate are Gary Whitley, David Almond, and Becky Wimhoff.
Good afternoon. I'm Becky Wimhoff, and I never thought about mentioning what our mission is, but I think probably all of you know that. Our mission at the in our department, the Senior Center, is to promote, is to provide quality programs and activities for older adults in Stanley County who are 60 years old and older. We are a certified by the North Carolina a Senior Center of Excellence, which means that we right now we're doing that, and it's a joy to be able to serve the population group that we serve. Basically, our mission is to keep older adults healthy, mentally and physically. And so the grant that we have gotten from the Stanley Community Foundation will enable us to do this. A lot of the senior centers in North Carolina have an outdoor area where seniors can use. We've never had that, and most of you know we're located at an old armory. So now, thanks to the foundation, we'll be able to do this. There is an area behind the senior center that has recently been cleared out. There's an ugly chain link fence there now, but it's going to be removed. And this outdoor area will happen in several different phases based on the money. But the first phase will be what the foundation is helping us with, and that is we will be laying a concrete area or pad. And with the grant that we received, we'll be purchasing 3 outdoor picnic tables so that we can use this for programming. The picnic tables are commercial grade, 11 gauge metal with an overlay of thermoplastic. Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about? Okay. Anyway, but one of them is ADA. In other words, you'll be able to pull wheelchairs up to that table, so we're excited about that. Eventually down the road, in other phases, we want to build a roof or a shelter over the picnic tables, do landscaping, put up a very pretty fence with landscaping, and have a horseshoe pit and some shuffleboard court put out there. We've got big plans, and we're currently offering programs right now that we could easily move out there. We have exercise classes, we have Tai Chi, yoga, we have some of our classes that we teach that have exercise as part of it. So we're real excited to get moving in that direction. So I'd like to thank the foundation again for the grant that you're giving us, because you're giving us a great way to get started on this project that we have waited for. So thank you so much.
And once again, thank you to everybody here, the board and the staff members, for all you do to help the people in our community. We appreciate hearing your story and are grateful for your commitment to Stanley County. Now I'd like to introduce Meg Dees, Vice President of Philanthropic Advancement for the Foundation, here to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you all. I think you can see why this is the Foundation Board's most favorite day of the year. We really love hearing the impact that the foundation's dollars are making in this community. I think if you talk to any of the board members, they'll tell you that their goal is to see this foundation grow. We would love to continue to have more dollars to put out in the community to make an even bigger impact in Stanley County. So thank you all for being here. The Foundation for the Carolinas, and specifically the Stanley County Community Foundation, is here for you. As Marshall reported on our numbers, we have the community endowment that we make these grants from. We also have a collection of what we call affiliated funds. Those are funds that families and individuals have that they use to facilitate their individual giving. We have some corporate funds, businesses who use our funds to facilitate their giving. And then we have our Center for Philanthropic Advancement. And I just wanted to share that with you all because we are a resource for some of your organizations. Some of you in this room have funds with us, others we have talked to, but I just remind you that we are here as a resource. If we can ever help in any way, please let us know. We'd love to come talk to you and learn more about your organization and see if there are ways that we can partner. Thank you all for your great work. Thank you to the Stanley Board for your commitment to this community, and we hope you all have a great week this week.
Thank you, Meg. Thank you very much. Thank each of you for the stories you shared with us. I think I can speak for all the board members that hearing that really fires us up, and I think it makes it probably the most meaningful thing that we do is to serve on a board that can make these grants. And Meg is right. Our goal is to grow our funds so that there'll be more of you and higher grants. That's something we're working diligently on, and Meg is helping us with that. And I think we're going to make some progress in that regard. But thank you again, each of you, for coming. Thank you for what you do for our community. You make it a better place to live. And we'll look forward to seeing, I hope, all of you back here next year. Thanks a lot.